Ecstasy Unleashed. In a secluded corner of the world, hidden deep within the ancient forest of Elysia, lay a mystical land known as Nyxara. This enchanted realm was shrouded in perpetual twilight, where the sky glimmered with a million stars even during the day. The air was thick with the fragrance of night-blooming jasmine, and the soft hum of the earth resonated with a pulse that mirrored the beating hearts of all living things. Nyxara was a place where the boundaries between reality and fantasy blurred, and where the deepest desires of the soul could manifest into reality. It was in this ethereal world that Seraphina, a young and curious woman, found herself after a night of restless sleep. She had always been drawn to the mysteries of the unknown, often losing herself in books of ancient lore and tales of magic. Her life in the mundane world had been one of solitude, her heart yearning for something more, something beyond the ordinary. One evening, as she wandered through the dense woods near her village, Seraphina stumbled upon a hidden path, illuminated by a soft, otherworldly glow. The path seemed to call to her, beckoning her forward with a promise of something extraordinary. Without a second thought, she followed it, her heart racing with anticipation. The deeper she ventured, the more the forest around her began to change. The trees grew taller, their bark shimmering with an iridescent sheen, and the air became warmer, more intoxicating. Eventually, Seraphina emerged into a clearing where a large, crystalline lake lay before her, its surface reflecting the twinkling stars above. In the center of the lake was a small island, covered in lush, vibrant foliage and bathed in a soft, golden light. The sight was breathtaking, but what caught her attention was the figure standing at the water's edge. He was tall and handsome, with raven-black hair that cascaded down his back like a waterfall of midnight. His eyes, a deep shade of amethyst, glowed with an intensity that seemed to pierce through the very fabric of reality. He was dressed in a flowing robe of midnight blue, embroidered with silver runes that shimmered in the twilight. There was an aura of power and mystery about him, one that made Seraphina's heart flutter with a mix of fear and excitement. "Welcome, Seraphina," the man spoke, his voice smooth and melodic, yet carrying an undeniable weight. "I have been waiting for you." Seraphina's breath caught in her throat. "You know my name?" He nodded, a small smile playing on his lips. "I am Caelum, the Guardian of Nyxara. This is a place where the desires of the heart come to life, where dreams and reality merge into one." His words sent a shiver down her spine. "Why have you brought me here?" "Because, Seraphina, you are special. You have a deep longing within you, a yearning that cannot be fulfilled in the mundane world. Here in Nyxara, you can unleash that longing, explore your deepest desires, and experience ecstasy beyond your wildest dreams." Seraphina's mind swirled with a mix of emotions, curiosity, fear, and an undeniable attraction to the mysterious Caelum. His presence was intoxicating, and she felt a strange connection to him, as if she had known him for a lifetime. "What is it that you desire, Seraphina?" Caelum asked, stepping closer to her, his eyes never leaving hers. She hesitated, her heart pounding in her chest. I don't know." Caelum reached out, gently cupping her chin and lifting her gaze to meet his. "Yes, you do. Deep within your soul, you know exactly what you desire. Let go of your fear and allow yourself to feel it." His touch was electrifying, sending waves of warmth and pleasure through her body. Seraphina closed her eyes, allowing herself to surrender to the sensations that were building within her. In that moment, the world around her seemed to fade away, leaving only the two of them, standing on the edge of something extraordinary. As she opened her eyes, Seraphina felt a surge of energy coursing through her veins, igniting a fire within her that she had never felt before. Her desires, once buried deep within her subconscious, began to rise to the surface, overwhelming her with their intensity. Caelum's smile widened as he sensed the change within her. "You are ready," he whispered, his voice a seductive caress against her skin. Without another word, he took her hand and led her towards the lake. As they reached the water's edge, the surface began to ripple and part, revealing a hidden pathway that led to the island in the center. The golden light grew brighter, enveloping them in its warmth as they walked across the water. When they reached the island, Seraphina was greeted by a breathtaking sight. The foliage was lush and vibrant, with flowers of every color imaginable blooming in abundance. The air was filled with the sweet scent of nectar and the soft hum of energy that seemed to emanate from the very ground beneath her feet. In the center of the island stood a grand, ancient tree, its massive trunk twisted and gnarled with age. Its branches reached up towards the sky, adorned with glowing fruits that pulsed with a soft, inviting light. Caelum led her to the base of the tree, where a small stone altar was nestled among the roots. "This is the Heart of Nyxara," Caelum explained, his voice low and reverent. "It is the source of all magic in this realm, and it is here that you will experience the true power of your desires." Seraphina felt a rush of excitement and trepidation as she stood before the altar. The air around her crackled with energy, and she could feel the magic of Nyxara flowing through her, heightening her senses and amplifying her emotions. "Close your eyes," Caelum instructed, his hands resting gently on her shoulders. "Focus on your deepest desire, the one thing that you crave above all else. Allow yourself to feel it, to embrace it." Seraphina did as she was told, her mind drifting to the one thing that she had always yearned for: passion. She had always dreamed of finding a love that was all-consuming, a connection so intense that it would set her soul on fire. As she focused on this desire, she felt a surge of energy building within her, growing stronger and stronger until it was almost overwhelming. Suddenly, she felt Caelum's hands moving down her arms, his touch sending shivers of pleasure through her body. His breath was warm against her ear as he whispered, "Now, let it go." With a gasp, Seraphina released her desire, allowing it to flow out of her and into the heart of Nyxara. The air around her seemed to explode with light and energy, and she felt herself being lifted off the ground, her body suspended in a state of pure ecstasy. Every nerve in her body was alive with sensation, every touch of Caelum's hands igniting a fire within her that burned brighter than anything she had ever experienced. As she floated in this state of bliss, Seraphina felt Caelum's presence all around her, his energy merging with hers in a dance of passion and desire. She could feel his thoughts, his emotions, his very essence intertwining with hers, creating a bond that was unbreakable. In that moment, Seraphina knew that she had found what she had been searching for all her life. The mundane world no longer mattered, for here in Nyxara, she had discovered a love that was beyond anything she had ever imagined, a love that transcended time and space, a love that was truly eternal. As the light around her began to fade, Seraphina slowly descended back to the ground, her body trembling with the aftershocks of the experience. Caelum was there to catch her, his arms wrapping around her in a protective embrace. "Welcome home, Seraphina," he whispered, his voice filled with warmth and affection. She looked up at him, her heart overflowing with love and gratitude. "Thank you, Caelum, for everything." He smiled, pressing a gentle kiss to her forehead. "This is only the beginning, my love. There is so much more for us to explore, so many more desires to unleash." With a sense of anticipation and excitement, Seraphina knew that he was right. Her journey in Nyxara was far from over, and she couldn't wait to see where it would take her next. But for now, she was content to simply be in Caelum's arms, basking in the afterglow of the ecstasy they had unleashed together. And so, under the twinkling stars of Nyxara, Seraphina and Caelum began a new chapter in their lives, a chapter filled with passion, magic, and a love that would last for all eternity. The days and nights in Nyxara blurred into one continuous stream of bliss for Seraphina. Every moment spent with Caelum was like living a dream where every sense was heightened, every emotion intensified. They explored the enchanted lands together, each corner of Nyxara revealing new wonders and hidden secrets that made Seraphina's heart swell with awe and admiration. Caelum had taken it upon himself to show Seraphina the full extent of Nyxara's magic. He taught her how to harness the energy of the realm, to shape it according to her desires. With every lesson, she grew stronger, her connection to Nyxara deepening as she learned to summon fire with a thought, command the wind with a whisper, and even commune with the ancient spirits that resided within the trees and rivers. But as much as she delighted in her newfound abilities, it was her bond with Caelum that brought her the most joy. Their connection was unlike anything she had ever experienced, an unbreakable link that went beyond the physical. They could sense each other's thoughts, feel each other's emotions, and their passion for one another seemed to grow with every passing day. One evening, as they lay beneath the boughs of the ancient tree at the heart of the island, Seraphina turned to Caelum, her heart heavy with a question that had been weighing on her mind. "Caelum," she began hesitantly, "I've been wondering, how did you come to be the Guardian of Nyxara? You seem so much a part of this world, as if you've always been here." Caelum's expression softened, and he reached out to gently brush a strand of hair from her face. "It's a story as old as Nyxara itself," he said softly. "Long ago, I was not so different from you. I was a man who wandered the world, searching for something I couldn't name, something that eluded me no matter where I went. I was lost, adrift in a sea of meaningless pursuits, until I stumbled upon this place." He paused, his gaze distant as he recalled the memory. Nyxara was different back then, wild, untamed, its magic raw and chaotic. It was a place of immense power, but also of great danger. I was drawn to it, much like you were, and I soon found myself standing before the Heart of Nyxara, just as you did. "What happened then?" Seraphina asked, her curiosity piqued. "I too was given a choice," Caelum continued, his voice laced with nostalgia. "The heart offered me the chance to become one with Nyxara, to wield its magic, and to protect its secrets. In return, I would become immortal, forever bound to this land. It was an offer I couldn't refuse." Seraphina's heart ached at the thought of Caelum being alone in this magical realm for so long. "Were you lonely?" she whispered, her voice filled with empathy. Caelum's eyes met hers, and she saw a flicker of something deep and ancient within them. "For a time, yes, but Nyxara has a way of filling the void, of providing solace in ways that the outside world cannot. And then you came along." He smiled, and Seraphina felt her heart swell with love. "You brought light into my life, Seraphina. You reminded me of what it means to truly live, to feel joy and passion, to love and be loved in return. For that, I will be forever grateful." Tears welled up in Seraphina's eyes as she reached out to caress his face. "And I'm grateful to have found you, Caelum. You've given me more than I ever dreamed possible." They leaned into each other, their lips meeting in a tender kiss that quickly deepened into something more. As their bodies intertwined, the magic of Nyxara surged around them, amplifying their connection until they were lost in a whirlwind of passion and desire. Time seemed to stand still as they made love beneath the stars, their bodies moving in perfect harmony, every touch, every kiss igniting a fire that consumed them both. It was as if the entire realm had come alive in response to their union, the trees swaying gently as if in celebration, the stars twinkling brighter than ever before. As they lay entwined in each other's arms, their breathing slowly returning to normal, Seraphina felt a sense of peace settle over her. This was where she belonged, here in Nyxara, with Caelum by her side. She had found her place in the world, and nothing could take that away from her. But as the days turned into weeks, Seraphina began to notice subtle changes in Nyxara. The once clear skies became tinged with a faint, ominous red at the horizon, and the normally tranquil waters of the lake began to ripple with an unsettling energy. The creatures of the forest, usually so lively and playful, became more cautious, their eyes darting nervously towards the shadows. Seraphina's connection to the realm allowed her to sense the shift in its magic. Something was wrong, and the once peaceful energy of Nyxara was now tainted with an underlying current of tension and unease. One night, as she and Caelum sat by the lake, Seraphina voiced her concerns. "Caelum, have you noticed the changes in Nyxara? The energy here feels different, almost disturbed." Caelum's expression grew serious, and he nodded slowly. "I have noticed it too. Nyxara is a reflection of the hearts and minds of those who dwell within it. If there is unrest, it manifests in the realm itself." "Do you think something has caused this unrest?" Seraphina asked, worry gnawing at her. Caelum's gaze drifted towards the horizon, where the faint red glow was just visible. "I fear that there may be forces at work beyond our understanding, forces that seek to disrupt the balance of Nyxara, to corrupt its magic for their own gain." Seraphina felt a chill run down her spine. "What can we do?" "We must find the source of this disturbance," Caelum replied, his tone firm. "Nyxara is vast, and its magic is intertwined with the fabric of reality itself. If it falls into darkness, the consequences could be catastrophic." Determined to protect the realm they both loved, Seraphina and Caelum set out on a journey to uncover the source of the corruption. They ventured into the deepest, darkest corners of Nyxara, where the magic was wild and unpredictable. Along the way, they encountered strange creatures and faced trials that tested their strength, their resolve, and their love for one another. The journey was long and arduous, but through it all, their bond grew stronger. They relied on each other, drawing on their combined power to overcome the challenges they faced. But as they delved deeper into the heart of the darkness, they began to realize that the source of the corruption was far more insidious than they had imagined. In the depths of an ancient, forgotten cave, hidden beneath the roots of a colossal tree, they discovered the truth. The corruption had been caused by an entity that had long been imprisoned within Nyxara, a being of pure darkness, bound by powerful magic to prevent it from spreading its influence. Over time, however, the entity had managed to weaken its bonds, feeding on the negative emotions and desires of those who entered the realm. As Seraphina and Caelum approached the entity's prison, they could feel its malevolent energy pulsing through the air, thick with hatred and despair. The cave walls were lined with ancient runes, glowing with a sickly green light that flickered and wavered as if struggling to maintain their power. "We have to stop it," Seraphina whispered, her voice trembling with fear and determination. "If it escapes, it will destroy everything." Caelum's grip on her hand tightened, his expression grim. "We can't face it directly. Its power is too great, even for us, but there may be another way." He turned to face her, his eyes filled with a mixture of hope and sorrow. "The Heart of Nyxara is the source of all magic in this realm. If we can channel its energy, we may be able to reinforce the prison's bonds and seal the entity away once and for all." "But the heart is miles away," Seraphina protested. "How can we possibly reach it in time?" Caelum's expression softened, and he cupped her face in his hands, his thumbs gently brushing her cheeks. "There is a way, but it comes at a great cost. The Heart of Nyxara responds to the deepest desires of those who touch it. If we pour our love, our very essence, into it, we can create a connection strong enough to channel its energy to this place." Seraphina's breath caught in her throat as she realized what he was saying. "But if we do that, we'll lose ourselves in the process. We won't be the same." Caelum nodded, his eyes filled with sadness. "I know, but it's the only way to save Nyxara. We have to be willing to sacrifice everything." Tears welled up in Seraphina's eyes, and she clung to Caelum, her heart breaking at the thought of losing the life they had built together. But she knew he was right. There was no other choice. "I'm scared," she whispered, her voice trembling. "So am I," Caelum admitted, his own voice thick with emotion. "But we have each other, and that's all that matters." With a deep breath, Seraphina nodded, steeling herself for what was to come. Together, they reached out towards the entity's prison, their hands glowing with the magic they had nurtured together. As they focused on the Heart of Nyxara, they felt their connection deepen, their love and desire merging into one powerful force. The magic of Nyxara surged through them, a torrent of energy so intense that it threatened to tear them apart. But they held on, their bond unyielding, their love unwavering. As the energy flowed into the cave, the runes on the walls began to glow brighter, their power reinvigorated by the strength of their love. The entity within the prison howled in rage, its dark energy lashing out at them, but it was no match for the combined force of Seraphina and Caelum. With a final, desperate surge of power, they reinforced the bonds of the prison, sealing the entity away once more. As the last of the energy left them, Seraphina and Caelum collapsed to the ground, their bodies trembling with exhaustion. The cave was silent, the malevolent energy gone, replaced by a sense of peace and calm. Slowly, they turned to each other, their eyes meeting in the dim light of the cave. They had done it. They had saved Nyxara, but at a great cost. They could feel the changes within themselves, the magic of Nyxara having reshaped them in ways they couldn't yet fully understand. But as they lay there, exhausted and battered, they knew that they had made the right choice. They had protected the realm they loved, and in doing so, had ensured that their love would live on, even if they were no longer the same people they had once been. In the end, it didn't matter. They were together, and that was all that counted. With a soft smile, Caelum reached out to take Seraphina's hand, his fingers lacing with hers. "We did it," he whispered, his voice filled with a quiet triumph. Seraphina squeezed his hand, a tear slipping down her cheek. "Yes, we did." And as they lay there, the stars of Nyxara shining brightly above them, they knew that they would face whatever came next together, united by a love that could conquer even the darkest of evils. The night was still, the world at peace, and for Seraphina and Caelum, the journey was far from over. As Seraphina and Caelum rested in the cave, the peaceful silence of Nyxara enveloped them, offering a brief respite from the turmoil they had faced. The malevolent presence that had once tainted the realm was now subdued, and the atmosphere seemed to shimmer with a renewed sense of hope. When they finally mustered the strength to rise, they made their way back to the Heart of Nyxara, determined to ensure its safety and stability. The journey was arduous, but their bond and shared purpose gave them the strength to press on. The landscape had returned to its former beauty, the ominous red glow having faded from the sky, replaced by the familiar twinkling of stars and the soothing embrace of twilight. Upon reaching the heart, they found that its light had grown even more radiant, as if responding to the restoration of balance within the realm. The tree's branches swayed gently, and the fruits that glowed softly now pulsed with a vibrant, healthy energy. It was a testament to the power of their sacrifice and the love they had poured into the magic of Nyxara. Seraphina and Caelum stood before the heart, their hands clasped together in a silent acknowledgement of their triumph and their loss. They could feel the warmth of the heart's magic embracing them, a soothing balm to the exhaustion and the changes they had endured. "I never imagined that our love would become such a powerful force," Seraphina said softly, her voice tinged with awe and gratitude. Caelum nodded, his eyes reflecting the deep sense of fulfillment and weariness. "Nor did I, but in our darkest hour, our bond proved to be our greatest strength. It's a testament to what we've built together." As they stood together, the Heart of Nyxara began to respond to their presence. The magic swirled around them, wrapping them in a cocoon of shimmering light. Seraphina felt her senses heighten once again, the beauty of Nyxara becoming even more vivid and alive. A gentle breeze whispered through the foliage, carrying with it the soft, melodic voices of the forest spirits. They seemed to be singing a song of celebration, honoring the restoration of balance and the heroes who had protected their realm. The spirits danced around them, their luminous forms casting a warm, ethereal glow that illuminated the clearing. In the midst of this magical celebration, Seraphina and Caelum took a moment to reflect on their journey. They had faced countless challenges, but their love and determination had seen them through. The changes they had undergone were profound, but they were also a testament to their resilience and their bond. "We've come so far," Seraphina said, leaning into Caelum's embrace. "And yet, I feel like there's so much more to discover, so much more to experience." Caelum kissed the top of her head, his touch gentle and reassuring. "There is. Nyxara is vast and full of mysteries waiting to be unraveled, but no matter what comes next, we will face it together." Their words were punctuated by a soft, shimmering light that seemed to emanate from the very heart of Nyxara itself. The magic of the realm flowed around them, enveloping them in a cocoon of warmth and love. It was as if Nyxara itself was celebrating their victory, honoring the bond that had saved it from darkness. As the night wore on, Seraphina and Caelum took one last look at the Heart of Nyxara before heading back to their island. The stars above seemed to twinkle brighter than ever, their light casting a serene glow over the landscape. The air was filled with the sweet scent of blooming flowers, and the gentle hum of the forest created a symphony of peace and tranquility. Back on the island, they settled into a comfortable spot beneath the ancient tree, the soft grass beneath them, and the gentle breeze caressing their faces. The warmth of their love and the magic of Nyxara seemed to create a bubble of serenity around them. Seraphina nestled against Caelum, feeling a profound sense of contentment. "What do you think the future holds for us?" Caelum stroked her hair, his touch tender and loving. "I don't know what the future holds, but I do know that as long as we're together, we can face anything that comes our way. Our love has already proven to be a force of great power." They fell into a comfortable silence, simply enjoying the peacefulness of the night. the troubles of the past seemed a distant memory, replaced by the certainty of their shared future. The realm of Nyxara, once on the brink of darkness, was now a place of harmony and beauty, thanks to their courage and their love. As dawn approached, the first light of the morning sun began to creep over the horizon, casting a golden glow across the landscape. Seraphina and Caelum watched in silence as the world around them came to life, the vibrant colors of the sunrise painting the sky in hues of pink and gold. With a renewed sense of purpose and a heart full of hope, they knew that their journey was far from over. Nyxara was a realm of endless possibilities, and they were ready to embrace whatever came next. They were not just guardians of the realm, they were partners in a grand adventure, bound together by a love that transcended time and space. As the sun rose higher in the sky, Seraphina and Caelum stood hand in hand, ready to face the future with unwavering resolve and unshakable love. The world of Nyxara was theirs to explore, and with each new dawn, they knew that their bond would continue to grow stronger, their love lighting the way through whatever challenges lay ahead. And so, under the ever-shining stars and the golden rays of the sun, Seraphina and Caelum embarked on the next chapter of their extraordinary journey, their hearts intertwined and their spirits soaring with the boundless possibilities of a future yet to be written. The days that followed were filled with wonder and discovery as Seraphina and Caelum explored the rejuvenated realms of Nyxara. Their bond, tested and strengthened by their trials, became the cornerstone of their adventures. Each new dawn brought fresh opportunities to uncover hidden corners of the land, delve into forgotten lore, and forge deeper connections with the magical beings that inhabited Nyxara. Their travels led them to ancient ruins and mystical groves, each site revealing new facets of Nyxara's magic. Seraphina, with her deepening understanding of the realm's energy, and Caelum, with his mastery over its elemental forces, complemented each other perfectly. Together, they harnessed the magic of Nyxara to heal areas still scarred by the recent darkness and to celebrate its newfound vitality. One day, while journeying through a lush forest teeming with vibrant flora and curious fauna, they stumbled upon a hidden glade that seemed untouched by time. At its center stood an enormous crystal formation, its facets shimmering with an iridescent light that danced and shifted with the breeze. The crystal emanated a soothing hum, resonating with the heartbeats of the creatures around it. "This is incredible," Seraphina said, her eyes wide with wonder as she approached the crystal. "I've never seen anything like this before." Caelum nodded, his gaze fixed on the crystal. "It's a celestial prism. These formations are rare, and they're known to hold immense magical power. They are said to amplify the energy of those who connect with them." Seraphina reached out tentatively, her fingers brushing against the cool surface of the crystal. As she made contact, a surge of energy flowed through her, sending a wave of warmth and clarity through her entire being. She felt as though she was being drawn into the heart of the crystal, where all the secrets of Nyxara seemed to converge. The vision that unfolded before her was breathtaking. She saw the history of Nyxara, its creation, and the great powers that had shaped its destiny. She saw glimpses of ancient beings, long-forgotten battles, and moments of profound beauty and sorrow. The vision culminated in a vivid image of Seraphina and Caelum standing together, their love and unity radiating outwards, touching every corner of the realm. When the vision faded, Seraphina felt a deep sense of purpose and connection. She turned to Caelum, her eyes shining with newfound clarity. "This prism holds a powerful message. It shows us that our love is more than just a bond between two individuals. It's a force that can shape the destiny of Nyxara." Caelum took her hand, his expression one of profound understanding. "Yes, we are part of something greater, and our love has the power to influence the very fabric of this realm. It's a responsibility we must honor." With a renewed sense of purpose, Seraphina and Caelum continued their journey, their hearts buoyed by the knowledge they had gained. Their travels took them to the edge of Nyxara, where they discovered new realms of magic and encountered beings from distant lands. Each new encounter enriched their understanding and strengthened their bond. One particularly memorable adventure led them to the Moonlit Vale, a region known for its ethereal beauty and mystical energy. The vale was bathed in soft, silvery light that seemed to come from the moon itself, even in the midst of day. The air was filled with the sweet fragrance of moonflowers, and the landscape was dotted with glowing pools of luminescent water. As they explored the vale, they came across a secluded grove where a group of moonlit creatures gathered. These beings, with their delicate wings and shimmering forms, were the keepers of ancient wisdom. They welcomed Seraphina and Caelum with reverence, sensing the purity of their intentions and the strength of their connection. The creatures shared with them tales of the realm's past, including legends of lost civilizations and prophecies that foretold the rise of a new era of harmony and balance. Seraphina and Caelum listened intently, their hearts and minds open to the wisdom being imparted to them. One of the moonlit creatures, a wise elder with a gentle demeanor, spoke to them in a voice that resonated with the harmony of the vale. "You have restored balance to Nyxara and shown the world the power of love and unity. But the journey does not end here. There are still many realms and mysteries to uncover. Your bond is a beacon of hope, and it is destined to illuminate the path for others." Seraphina and Caelum thanked the creatures for their guidance, feeling a deep sense of gratitude and inspiration. They knew that their journey was far from over, and that their role as guardians of Nyxara was not just a responsibility, but a calling. As they prepared to leave the moonlit vale, they felt a renewed sense of excitement and anticipation. Their love had already accomplished so much, but they knew there was still so much more to discover and to do. They were ready to embrace the challenges and opportunities that lay ahead, confident in their bond and the strength it provided. Back at their island, Seraphina and Caelum continued to build their life together, their home becoming a haven of peace and magic. They invited friends and allies from across Nyxara to join them, creating a vibrant community of like-minded individuals who shared their vision of harmony and balance. Their days were filled with joy and purpose, their nights illuminated by the soft glow of the Heart of Nyxara. They celebrated the beauty of their realm and the strength of their love, always mindful of the responsibilities that came with their role. And as they looked out over the tranquil waters of their island, Seraphina and Caelum knew that their love was not just a force of nature, but a guiding light for the future of Nyxara. Their journey was a testament to the power of unity, and they were committed to ensuring that the realm remained a place of wonder and magic for generations to come. Under the ever-changing sky, with the stars twinkling like the promises of countless adventures yet to come, Seraphina and Caelum stood hand in hand, ready to face whatever the future held. Their hearts were intertwined with the very essence of Nyxara, and their love would continue to shine brightly, a beacon of hope and harmony in a world full of possibilities. As the seasons changed in Nyxara, so did the rhythms of Seraphina and Caelum's life. The lush landscapes of spring gave way to the warm, golden hues of summer, and then to the rich, vibrant colors of autumn. Each season brought its own magic, enriching their experiences and deepening their connection to the realm and to each other. The community they had built around their island flourished, becoming a vibrant tapestry of cultures and magical practices from across Nyxara. The gatherings at their home became legendary, with visitors coming from far and wide to celebrate the beauty and unity of the realm. These gatherings were a testament to the enduring impact of Seraphina and Caelum's love and their efforts to heal and restore Nyxara. One crisp autumn evening, as the leaves fell in a kaleidoscope of reds, oranges, and golds, Seraphina and Caelum hosted a grand festival to mark the changing of the seasons. The festival was a celebration of unity, gratitude, and the interconnectedness of all beings in Nyxara. The island was adorned with intricate lanterns, their soft light casting a warm glow over the festivities. Music and laughter filled the air as people danced, shared stories, and enjoyed the bounties of the harvest. Amid the merriment, Seraphina and Caelum took a moment to reflect on how far they had come. They stood together on a raised platform overlooking the festival, their hands intertwined as they watched their friends and allies celebrate. "It's incredible to see how much this place has grown," Seraphina said, her voice filled with awe and contentment. Caelum smiled, his gaze sweeping over the lively scene. "It is," and it's all thanks to the love and unity we've fostered here. Nyxara is a reflection of our efforts, our dreams, and our bond. As the night deepened, the festival took on a more intimate atmosphere. The lanterns glowed softly, and the music became more serene, inviting quiet reflection. Seraphina and Caelum found a secluded spot near the edge of the island, where the sounds of the festival became a distant murmur. They sat together on a comfortable blanket, surrounded by the beauty of nature. The moonlight bathed them in a silvery glow, and the gentle breeze carried the sweet scent of autumn. Seraphina rested her head on Caelum's shoulder, feeling the steady rhythm of his heartbeat. "Do you ever think about what lies beyond Nyxara?" Seraphina asked softly, her eyes reflecting the moonlight. "About other worlds or realms we've yet to discover?" Caelum stroked her hair tenderly, his touch reassuring. "I do. Nyxara is vast and filled with wonders, but the universe is infinitely more expansive. There are countless realms out there, each with its own magic and mysteries. I believe that our journey is not just about exploring Nyxara, but about understanding our place in the greater tapestry of existence." Seraphina looked up at him, her eyes filled with curiosity and excitement. "What if we could explore beyond Nyxara? What if we could venture into other realms, learn from them, and bring that knowledge back to our own world?" Caelum's eyes sparkled with a mixture of intrigue and wonder. "That's a possibility I've considered. If we can harness the magic of Nyxara and our own abilities, we might be able to bridge the gaps between worlds. It would be an incredible adventure, and it could bring new insights and opportunities for growth." The idea of exploring beyond Nyxara filled Seraphina with a sense of exhilaration. The thought of discovering new realms and expanding their understanding of the universe was both thrilling and inspiring. She leaned in to kiss Caelum, her heart swelling with affection and anticipation. "I'm ready for whatever comes next," she said, her voice filled with determination. "Together, we can face any challenge and embrace any adventure." Caelum returned her kiss, his heart echoing her sentiments. "Absolutely. Our love and our bond are our greatest strengths. They will guide us and sustain us as we explore new horizons." With a renewed sense of purpose and excitement, Seraphina and Caelum began to make plans for their next journey. They started to study ancient texts and consult with the wise beings of Nyxara, seeking knowledge about other realms and the means to traverse them. Their preparations were thorough and meticulous, driven by their desire to ensure that their exploration would be both safe and enriching. They crafted magical artifacts and spells designed to facilitate their travel and protect them from potential dangers. As winter approached, the island took on a serene, almost magical quality. The snow-covered landscape sparkled under the moonlight, and the peaceful silence was a welcome contrast to the bustling energy of the festival. Seraphina and Caelum took this time to finalize their preparations and to enjoy the quiet moments together. One snowy evening, as they sat by a roaring fire in their cozy home, they reflected on their journey so far and the path that lay ahead. The crackling flames cast a warm, flickering light across the room, and the soft glow of the fire mirrored the light in their hearts. "We've accomplished so much," Seraphina said, her voice gentle, "and we're about to embark on a new adventure. I'm filled with hope and excitement." Caelum nodded, his eyes warm with love and pride. "So am I. Our journey is a testament to the power of love, unity, and discovery. Whatever lies ahead, we'll face it together, and we'll continue to grow and learn." As the first flakes of snow began to fall outside, Seraphina and Caelum held each other close, their hearts intertwined with the magic of Nyxara and the promise of new adventures. The world outside was vast and full of possibilities, and they were ready to embrace it with open hearts and unbreakable resolve. With the arrival of spring, Seraphina and Caelum set forth on their journey, their spirits high and their hearts full of hope. They ventured beyond the borders of Nyxara, stepping into the unknown, with the knowledge that their love and their bond would guide them through whatever challenges and wonders lay ahead. And so, under the ever-expanding sky, Seraphina and Caelum embarked on a new chapter of their extraordinary adventure, their love lighting the way as they explored the boundless realms of the universe and discovered the limitless potential of their shared journey.